His Morning Crew with Rob, Allison, and Jim.
If you have not heard the news just yet, it's all over social media, the news. Billy Graham just passed away, 99 years old.
From his humble roots in a dairy farm outside Charlotte to a man who changed the world.
Literally. I mean, if you've been to a crusade, that was life-altering. Absolutely amazing. We caught up with Matthew West, who has been greatly impacted by the life of Billy Graham.
Well, my life has been incredibly impacted and deeply impacted by the life and ministry of Reverend Billy Graham. And my personal story of how I came to know Jesus and ask Jesus in my heart is I'm a preacher's kid, and yet it was at the age of 13, sitting in my basement at the home I grew up in Downers Grove, Illinois, where I was flipping the channels looking for a Chicago Cubs game, and instead I stumbled upon a Billy Graham crusade. Now, being the preacher's kid, watching preachers on TV was not my favorite pastime, but this particular day, there was something that was prohibiting me from changing the channels. I was just fixated on how God was speaking through this man. He was inviting people to leave their seats at this auditorium and come forward, and he said it would be the most important decision that you would ever make in your life, and that would be to decide what will you do with Jesus. The choir was singing Just As I Am without one plea. My mom came downstairs and saw that God was at work in my life. In that very moment, she asked me if I wanted to pray, and that was the moment, the hour that I first believed, the moment that I said in my head and in my heart, yes to Jesus. Well, fast forward several years later, my songs are on his radio, and I'm traveling around the country. I'm doing events with Billy Graham's son, Franklin, and grandson, Will. And Will said one day, hey, I see you're going to be in North Carolina. I want to take you to meet my granddaddy. And my fondest memory was sitting in Billy Graham's kitchen around a big wooden table, and we drank root beer together. And he gave me time, and we spent an hour together, and I asked him questions like, how can I improve my personal spiritual time and my time reading the Bible? And he poured wisdom into my life, practical things, and one of the lasting things that he said to me was that the quality of your ministry and the quality of your family, the quality of your entire life hinges on the quality of your time spent in the Word and your time spent with God. Billy Graham, a great man who I am very thankful for.
That's Matthew West. What a story he has about the life of Billy Graham, the impact that Billy Graham has had on Matthew West's life. And I know Billy Graham, he was ready to go to heaven. I mean, Ruth had went years ago, and now he's reunited. And all those people going up to Billy Graham saying thank you in heaven to him right now.
Can you imagine drinking root beer with Billy Graham?
Yeah, right there on the porch.
Wow, what a
That's
special
cool.
memory.